Hello, my name is Yuqing Gao, and today I will be discussing shipbreaking and recycling situation occurring in Gadani, Pakistan. To provide a brief overview, first I will discuss the background of shipbreaking. Next, I will discuss the history of shipbreaking, followed by ship scrapped worldwide and problems that shipbreaking industry brings. And last, to discuss the impact caused on workers and environmental effects of the shipbreaking industry over the next 20 years. The purpose and objective is to discuss the context of shipbreaking in Gadani, Pakistan, and to indicate the health and environmental effects caused by shipbreaking over time, and last, to provide recommendations for the problem. Shipbreaking has grown into a major occupational and environmental health problem in the world. It is amongst the most dangerous of occupations, with unacceptably high levels of fatalities, injuries, and work-related diseases in Pakistan. Prior to the 1970s, shipbreaking was concentrated in Europe. It was a highly mechanized activity carried out at docks by skilled workers. However, the increasing cost of upholding environmental health and safety guidelines made it unprofitable, so the industry moved from the steel-capped boots and hard hats of Europe to the barefooted workers of Asia. It is estimated that approximately 100,000 Asians are employed as shipbreakers, and the global center mainly concentrated in the South Asia, including India, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. As in India and Bangladesh, the yards in Gadani operate directly on the beach without any impermeable and drain working areas to protect the sea and sand from pollution. As there is no infrastructure to deal with hazardous waste in Gadani, dangerous and polluting substances are simply dumped behind the shipbreaking area. Most of the shipbreaking workers in Gadani are migrant workers from the poorest regions of Pakistan. Shipbreaking can be a viable industry in terms of its roles in the national economy of a state. India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh are the hub of shipping breaking activity where ship owners get a chance to maximize their profits. According to the NGO Shipbreaking Platform in 2017, 543 ocean-going commercial vessels were broken down by hand in Bangladesh, India, and Pakistan, whereas, according to 2018 statistics of the NGO Shipbreaking Platform, 744 ships were dismantled worldwide. As shown in Figure 2, India and Bangladesh and Pakistan stands for 70% of end-of-life ships which were dismantled on the South Asian shores. The most common method of dismantling ships in Pakistan is the beaching method. It involves intentionally breaking the ship onto the beach so that it can be dismantled during low tide. This method not just jeopardizes workers' lives, it also poses risks to the coastal environment. And in addition to all that, the coastal environment is also in danger as hazardous materials spill over into the sea. And moreover, tidal water washes out pollutants produced by shipbreaking from the beach into the sea. And now the NGO Shipbreaking Platform has called for the government to move the shipbreaking activity from the beach in Gadani to areas under strict regulatory control, using alternative and safer methods at docks or along piers. Number of workers dead or missing during shipbreaking industry in Pakistan 2012 to 2017 are shown in Figure 4. There were 12 men dead in 2012 and 4 were dead in 2013. And on 2016, November 1st, 26 were dead and 59 were burned due to the gas exposition. Recently, 5 were dead and 2 are missing in the incidents of January 9, 2017. And most of these deaths are because of explosion, height fallings, crushed under steel plates, and mostly by suffocation. These are the recorded deaths. Injuries and causality are not recorded. As shown in Table 1, yards in Pakistan were tested for soil contamination. Asbestos will remain a significant long-term problem, and PCBs will still occur in older vessels and naval vessels. Also, PCB-contaminated cables are a key area of concern, and there's no collection or management options for ODSR available. Moreover, Heavy metals in paint pollute the work environment and directly affect the workers' health. And the large volumes of oil and oily water must be managed. Organic pollutants such as dioxins may be generated while burning cables to contain copper. Thus, large amounts of hazardous materials are likely to accumulate in Pakistan if the prevailing practices continue over the next 20 years. The environmental effects of shipbreaking may cause severe effects on workers and marine environment. The most common materials that pose health hazards and risks is asbestos. The workers are constantly exposed to them. These are cancerous substances and also cause respiratory problems. Exposure to asbestos causes a type of cancer called mesothelioma and can also cause asbestosis. In 2006, 16% of workers in India were diagnosed with asbestosis. In Bangladesh, it is believed to be 12%. The number could be even higher, but the lack of medical records and incomplete work history could lead to misdiagnosis. Also, workers at yards are exposed to biological hazards. The contaminated water contains toxic marine organisms, and being in a humid environment exposes them to dengue and malaria. At last, during the dismantling of ships on the beaches, oil spills and the release of other pollutants in the sea and on the beaches pose a danger to the workers and the environment. In conclusion, to eliminate the risk and problem that shipbreaking has brought, it is also important to enhance personal protective measures. In order to safely handle asbestos, workers need specific equipment such as respirators. And also, clean water and sanitation is also important for workers. The last, the environmental protective measure is also important for them, and more investments are needed in Pakistan to achieve an adequate institutional capacity to provide a ground level protection for SBRI workers and to enforce the environmental regulations. Thank you for listening.